So what is the most practical way to get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, whether you're just starting or whether you want to grow your next 1,000 subscribers in 2023? In this video, we're going to be going through a deep dive training, breaking down the ASQ method that has not only helped to generate over 3 million subscribers across this channel and multiple channels that we've launched, but also that has helped thousands of students get their first 1,000 subscribers. And we're also going to be talking about how to monetize, even if you don't get approved for the ad revenue program yet, the YouTube partner program, plus some new YouTube stats that you need to know. And one of the biggest mistakes that could be hurting your growth that most creators are making this year. And so I'm excited to dive into this. And if we are just meeting, my name is Sean Cannell, rhymes with YouTube channel. And this is our topic for the day, the ASQ method, this simple and easy YouTube strategy that anyone can do to get 1,000 subscribers and beyond. And I want to start with just a brief illustration. You know, starting a YouTube channel is kind of like building a house. If you want to build a strong house, you need the right tools. If you want to build a successful YouTube channel, you also want to make sure you have the right tools. What can happen is you may be putting in a lot of effort, but if you're using the wrong tools, then you'll get the wrong results. Trying to get that screw into that piece of wood with that wrench would just not work. And a lot of times that's how people are approaching YouTube. They're putting in a ton of effort, but they're doing it wrong. If you're building a house, you probably want to have a hammer, a saw, a screwdriver, a tape measure, a level. And over this training that we're going to be doing over the next multiple days, we actually have 16 different tools, which are known as video strategies that we use at Think Media. We're going to cover as many of them as we can during this challenge that we're a part of called the Tube 1K Challenge. And we're also streaming this on Think Media, so I'll tell you about that in a little bit. But the reason many people struggle to grow on YouTube is because they're making the wrong videos. Ultimately, when it comes down to, okay, well, Sean, what are the right tools, the wrong tools? A lot of times people are posting a ton of videos, but they're not getting views. You need to be making the right videos about the right topics. And that could be the thing that changes everything. Well, Sean, I have perfect lighting. See, the lighting doesn't really matter that much. I have a great camera. Camera really doesn't matter that much. So when we talk about these different tools, when you start talking about the right topics, every single video is an opportunity for you to get views, to get subscribers. It's a tool to build your influence. And so the one we're talking about today is called the ASQ method. And ASQ stands for answer specific questions. So here's what we're doing. Write down, what is a question that your ideal YouTube subscriber wants to know? Now, this assumes that you understand who your ideal YouTube subscriber is. You know, if you try and reach everybody, you end up reaching nobody. There's 2.6 billion monthly active users on YouTube, but there is no channel that even has 1 billion subscribers, not even close. So YouTube is a diverse community with people with all sorts of interests and passions that want to watch different types of content. So when you know who your ideal YouTube subscriber is, then you want to answer, okay, what is one question they want to know? You know, here on our Think Media brand, we help people build their influence with YouTube. One of the challenges when making YouTube videos is finding good music that will not get your video copyright stricken or suppressed in any way or run into any difficulties, right? So knowing that that is one of the questions and the desires of the ideal subscriber to Think Media, I made a video, and people search for things like best copyright-free music. And they type that in the YouTube search bar. And I posted a video 4 years ago now. There's baby Sean, before the beard, before a couple kids, before the gray hair. And I posted a video, and that video has amassed 3.8 million views answering a specific question. And so if we break down the stats, you can see that this video has been out for 4 years. But here's what's wild. This video continues to get 2,199 views every 2 days. This, my friend, is the vision that we're working towards. Whether you're watching this first day stream on Think Media or whether you're in our private group doing the Tube 1K Challenge, our goal is to post intelligent videos that don't just get views for us today, but that can get views for us 4 years later. Think about that. Imagine having just one video like that working for you when you're not working. Now, this one video, you could see one of the traffic sources is YouTube search. But here's what's wild. Single-handedly, this one video has grown my YouTube channel 52,800 subscribers. So if people are like, oh, Sean, you can't grow 1,000 subscribers if I just answer specific questions. If all I do is like answer basic questions, there's no way I could get subscribers. Bro, I just got 52,000 subscribers from answering a specific question. Oh, Sean, well, it's easy for you to say, bro. It's easy. No, it's not easy for me to say. Just because I've maybe been doing video for a while and I have. Imagine if you just got 10% of those results, right? That would be 500 subscribers. Would it be 5,000? I don't know. You're the math expert. I'm not. Imagine if you just got 5,000 subscribers from one video. Friend, this becomes incredibly practical. Imagine if you just got 50 and you just kept doing it. Then you could see that mathematically you do 10 of those in a row, 20 of those in a row, and you're going to be at 1,000 subscribers. See, this works. But what's also wild is from the YouTube partner program, this video did earn $34,000 answering a specific question. Well, then people say, well, Sean, but it's probably too late to do this. All the questions have been answered. Everybody's already covered everything. It's already too late. All the channels are taken. Well, you might think that, but I want you to meet Larry. See, Larry is a chartered financial analyst. By the way, let me pass the question off to you. Are personal finance channels, is it already a crowded niche? Is there already personal finance channels and financial channels on YouTube? Here's the answer to the question. Yes. Is there a lot of them? Yes. Is it competitive? Yeah. So does that mean that it's crowded and you can't start a new channel? No. Why? Well, let's look at Larry's story. Because if we look at Larry, he started on June 9th, 2021. He didn't start 10 years ago. He didn't start 5 years ago, and he posted his first video. Now, you may notice he does not have a fancy lighting setup. He did not have a fancy camera. His shot composition isn't even that great. So he's breaking a lot of video production rules technically, but friend, it really actually doesn't matter that much because content value is more important than production value. He's answering specific questions, sharing valuable information. Okay, well, what happened as a result? Well, after posting for 6 months, he grew 53,000 subscribers. He got 9 million views, and he had only posted 13 videos. In fact, he reached 1,000 subscribers in just 1 week. So I want you to imagine with me, you can see that this is possible, and it's even possible in 2023. This is actually why we are doing our free 5-day YouTube 1K challenge. This is all about helping you get 1,000 subscribers. Can I guarantee you'll get 1,000 subscribers in a week? No, because we're starting at all different places. And I don't know if you're going to post videos, but if you can take action during this challenge and actually punch fear in the face, punch perfectionism in the face, press record, follow the tips that we're doing and keep doing it, you might be surprised that in 7 days from now, 10 days from now, you could be at 1,000 subscribers. Now, we are streaming this first session on our Think Media channel, but we have 7 total sessions. Over the next 4 days, we have 6 sessions. We're bringing on some guests. If you are watching this publicly, go to learnvideo2023.com and you can register for free to be a part of it. The rest of it is happening all inside of a private group because this is really some exclusive content that we typically only share inside of our paid course called Video Rake-It Academy, but we're giving it all away for free during our 5-day challenge, and we're excited about that. So if you're fired up, type yes. Wherever you're watching this, hit the like button. And let me also know where you're joining from. Drop that in the live chat. And if you want to share during this challenge, because it's like a big event, use the hashtag #GrowWithVideo. And so whether on Twitter, whether on Instagram in a profile post, in fact, we're going to be giving away free copies on Instagram of my book, YouTube Secrets. The 2nd edition just came out. And so if you do a profile post and you make sure to tag me and do the hashtag #GrowWithVideo, we're going to be mailing out copies of YouTube Secrets 2nd edition. And so I'm Sean Cannell on Instagram. And one of my favorite things you could do actually is like take like a selfie thing at your battle station or like, with your dog or whatever, or your cat. And, let me see your notes, your journal, get your pens right, your grind on, because we're really in an educational, leaned in, committed, disciplined 5 days of leveling up our learning for YouTube. So if you do that and snap a pic, then you post an Instagram story or a profile pic and tag me at Sean Cannell. Use the hashtag #GrowWithVideo so we can find it. But today's session, here's what we're talking about. The new YouTube stats that you need to know, the powerful YouTube secret I learned from Dave Ramsey and Gary Vaynerchuk, how to use the ASQ method to get views and earn money, and the big mistake that is hurting your growth. And throughout this training, as you see this dollar money sign here, that is not the, is that the drum roll? Did I press the wrong sound effect? Is that the money sign? There we go. Okay. As you see this, we're going to make it ring so we can talk about how to monetize this for insights on making money. So first of all, why YouTube in 2023? Well, here's the new stats. There's 2.6 billion monthly active users on YouTube right now. And it's not too late to start. Why? Because even though competition is rising, consumption is rising even more. There is just an unlimited demand for good content, and new things are always happening. There's 2.6 billion monthly active people on YouTube consuming. And what's wild is that for us as creators, if we really lean in and put in the work, the opportunity is wide open in 2023 because the demand for good content is skyrocketing. It really is. You know, I don't know if you've ever felt this, but there's been times when you might get on, there's a lot of content on Netflix, a lot of content on Hulu, there's a lot of content on YouTube, and you go, I feel like I have nothing to watch. But then sure enough, you find a new channel, you find a new hobby to get into, you find a new weird conspiracy like train or drama story to follow or habit or something, you know, to study on YouTube. And all of a sudden there's more content you're watching. There's really unlimited opportunity to go down all kinds of different rabbit trails and discoverability on YouTube. The algorithm keeps getting better at recommending videos to viewers to satisfy their interest. Demand for good content is skyrocketing. Also, internationally, there's a massive opportunity with YouTube. So YouTube is localized in more than 100 countries and is available in 80 languages. Some of the biggest opportunity on YouTube right now is in non-English speaking channels, is in YouTube all around the world. And we are seeing in our community many international creators crushing it. Now, this also is fascinating because SignalFire did a market map of the creator economy, and they discovered that being a content creator right now is the fastest growing type of small business. So if you're thinking about starting a side hustle, if you're thinking about trying to be your own boss, if you're thinking about making money on your own terms, working from home, this is the fastest growing method of doing it, being a content creator, starting to publish content and then monetize it in strategic ways. And that's a huge key. Having the right business model. We're not going to get too deep into that today, but sometimes we get overly fixated on subscribers and views when really the business model and the money plan is more important. Having the mindset that this is a business, that this is actually, you're a business owner. You are starting a small business by starting this YouTube journey and this creator economy journey. And it's wild because Influencer Marketing Hub revealed that 2 million global content creators make 6 figures. This number is way up. This is about a year-old stat. And this number just continues to grow. In fact, January 1st as well, YouTube Shorts creators are able to earn their share of ad revenue. So there has been a Shorts fund, but now there's actually going to be a whole new rollout of ads on the Shorts side of YouTube, and creators will earn 45% of that. And then finally, TubeFilter revealed that 200 million people are earning money from digital content creation. 200 million. So when your Uncle Ernie is like, why don't you get a real job? You can look back at Ernie and be like, bro, Ernie, this is a real job. Bro, look at the math. Like it's cool, bro. And you don't even have a job, Uncle Ernie. 1. 2, I'm out here building my YouTube dreams because this is a real thing, like 200 million. And by the way, this came out in January, February, March, April of 2022, April 2022. And this is not going backwards. Like, look at all of the data, look at all of the growth. It's not like, oh, wow, we really hit the peak and now we're on the decline like the stock market right now. We are seeing a continual rise. In fact, this chart sums it up probably most beautifully than any of them. This is the growth of influencer marketing since 2016 through 2022. Can you see a trend? So back in 2016, what is this telling us? This tells us that businesses and brands paid $1.7 billion into influencer marketing. What does that mean? That means that you start a YouTube channel, a brand pays you. Most of us know these are called brand sponsorships. We've probably seen somebody, they're like, this video is brought to you by Squarespace, and a little more on that later. That'd be a brand sponsorship. You see on, some platform, they say hashtag ad. It's an paid advertisement. It's a brand sponsorship. Okay. So in 2016, $1.7 billion is being paid into influencer marketing. Some of that goes to middlemen, like an agency that helps you find deals. They get like 10%, 15%, 5%, whatever. So the majority of those dollars are going into creators' pockets just like you. But here's what's fascinating, right? Is that was 2016. Where was the numbers in 2022? 16.4 billion. And the trend is that this is going up about 20% every year. That's hard, cold cash going into the influencers' pockets. And you might not relate with the term influencer. That's okay. It just means people who have influence. You might be more of an entrepreneur, a business owner, a content creator, or an influencer. And every single one of us that builds a channel in a particular niche, that builds a channel around a specific topic that advertisers and brands want to get in front of that audience, can capitalize on earning a piece of those dollars. And what they're discovering is two things. One, that influencer marketing is one of the best ways for businesses to promote their products. And so they want to invest more money into it. But here's the really cool thing. What businesses and brands have been discovering, and you can see this in Business Insider, and HubSpot did a study, is that businesses and brands prefer working with micro influencers more than superstars. What does that mean? A nano influencer, someone with around 1,000 subscribers. Micro is anywhere from 1,000 to 10,000 subscribers. So what businesses and brands are discovering is, rather than pay Kim Kardashian $1 million for one post, they would rather take that $1 million and pay multiple creators $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 that have smaller channels, that have engaged audiences, and that have the right audience, because they're finding, rather than that broad appeal shotgun approach, it's the same money they're spending. They're just sharing it with really smaller channels because it's more effective, and because those channels have a better bang for the buck for the brand. And so here's the reality. I mean, YouTube is healthy, growing, and it's the most profitable platform to establish your brand on, period. I'm happy to debate that on anybody's show or podcast. It is the best social media platform by far. What about this platform? YouTube is the king. It's the juggernaut. Do the math. The CMO of HubSpot, the chief marketing officer, said that YouTube subscribers are the most valuable subscribers on the internet. So the clear winner is YouTube, and that remains true in 2023. And my question to you, though, is why? Why do you want to start and grow a successful YouTube channel? We see all the opportunity, but I know we have different reasons for maybe why we're here. And whether you're just checking this out on Think Media or whether you're in our group, drop in the chat, why do you want to start a YouTube channel in 2023? Why do you want to grow a YouTube channel in 2023? Let me know. And ultimately, I think that I've discovered reasons come first, results come second. And if we're on a journey of putting in the hard work of building a channel and creating content, I think that having a clear vision of our goals is huge. Charles says, I want to be able to travel and put money towards retirement and enjoy life a little bit differently and create more content. Beautiful vision. Lead gen for real estate. I love that. I mean, that's service providers, business owners. YouTube is absolutely the place to be. I've got some cool case studies of real estate specifically coming up. John, retired and recreating myself. Amazing. Great vision. Nicasia, sorry if I said your name wrong. Help others know we're not alone and what we're going through. I love that you share this, because part of the opportunity on YouTube is impact. It's building community. There's sometimes we can get so fixated on views and so fixated on subscribers, we forget that you actually might meet your future spouse. I mean, you might get a job promotion or discover somebody that you collaborate with or launch a project with because you put yourself out there, because you build something, because you create momentum, because you start a YouTube channel, because you learn new skills. And in doing so, so many good things can happen with you. Spread the word of God. I love that vision. Grow a community of authors and creatives while I publish books. Beautiful vision. To generate cash, but I'd love to build a channel by creating quality content that people enjoy watching. And we've often said, yes, YouTube is one of the best ways to build your influence, subscribers, generate income, cash, and also make an impact, inspire people, educate people, make a difference. So let me know, what is your vision? What is your reason for being here and wanting to grow your YouTube channel? But one other thing that I think is why YouTube is the king when it comes to social media and the opportunity is YouTube's also the second largest search engine in the world. Today, we're talking about the ASQ method, right? Answering specific questions. And YouTube is the second largest search engine. It's the only platform where your content lives forever. It's the only platform where videos work for you when you're not working. And I proved that earlier when I showed you a 4-year-old video. But don't just take my word for it. No, I want you to meet Mary. So here's Mary, and she has a YouTube channel about traditional cooking. Mary's in her legacy years. Mary is lives in a small town, rural Texas, and just loves. She's got the sweetest personality, most incredible human. Just cooks in her kitchen. And one of the videos that she did, ASQ, answering specific questions, is people are searching, how do you make apple cider vinegar with the mother? Now, you don't want to look that up because it's kind of gross. Now, it's actually something I love, but my wife doesn't kiss me anymore because the mother is this slimy mushroom. So the mother is a slimy mushroom thing that ferments, and you put that in apple cider vinegar and apples, you let it all ferment, and really good, kind of like probiotic, good for your gut, bad for your marriage and your romantic life. But ultimately, she did a video on how to make apple cider vinegar with the mother. When we're talking about answer specific questions, I want you to circle the S as you're taking notes. Why? Because it stands for specific. What do I mean? One of the big opportunities, if you want to grow in 2023, is you're not just making generic videos. The strategy is not called AGC, answer generic questions, AGQ. It's ASQ, answer specific questions. It's incredibly specific to be teaching not just how to make apple cider vinegar, but with the mother, with the slimy mushroom thing in the middle so it ferments a little bit better, right? So then her video right here is what we call a ranked video, is showing up 3 years after she posted it, still getting 22 views per hour. Every hour, 24 hours a day, 22 people watch Mary's video. And as a result, she's on her way to 1 million subscribers. Like when we met Mary, like back before when she first joined our course, like she literally had not posted a video. She was like afraid to get on camera. So she's almost to 1 million subscribers. People actually come up to her. She told the story in our group. I think she's actually doing one of the sessions where we're bringing on guests, sharing their tips and what they knew when they started during our free challenge. But she's told a story. These young kids came up to her at church and they were like, "You're like a YouTube celebrity. Can I get your autograph?" And she's like, "What are you talking about?" You know what I mean? Like it was so awkward. Like, and no way thinks or relates to, you know, being a YouTube celebrity. And I would argue most of the people in our world are like the secret YouTube celebrities because they're like superheroes in a specific niche. Like you maybe have never knew Mary before because you're not into her niche or her like type of food or, you know, her style of content. But when you do know her, she's out here almost with 1 million with an M subscribers. You know what I mean? That's just wild. And so this is kind of how I discovered answering specific questions and why this is so powerful. And then we're going to break down how you can apply this and why this is so important for you. See, this is where I grew up. I didn't grow up in Hollywood. I didn't grow up in like Silicon Valley around, you know, social media platforms or like media or anything like that. I grew up in Arlington, Washington. All right. So this is a good picture. You know, it's country, acreage. We had 6 acres. Here's a picture. I was climbing a tree. You know, this is before the internet, or actually about this time, I think I was getting CDs from AOL mailed, and I would get like 10 hours free of the internet. And I would spend all of that time downloading MP3s before Napster even existed, off of like really niche websites I would dig around for, right? And so this is where I grew up. And it was actually in video that I got into video in 2003. I was volunteering at my local church, started to shoot video. You could see we were balling on a budget. A lady in the church actually stitched together some green screen fabric. So we had a green screen from Joann Fabrics. Our lights, Home Depot shop lights. That's what it is. You know what I mean? You got to use what you have. You didn't have to go to Home Depot. I just had to go to my dad's shop to just take his lights. And now I've got a full setup, right? And so I started to shoot videos for my local church in 2007. We started a YouTube channel, and, you know, I'm trying to figure out stuff I was doing was just I had no idea what I was doing. These days, you couldn't even upload videos longer than 15 minutes. So if like you uploaded a sermon from the church that was 45 minutes long, it was like 3 uploads. You're like part 1, part 2, part 3. You couldn't upload custom thumbnails. It's a whole different era. And so I was making every single mistake too. So this is all about discovering a system that worked. I was doing what wasn't working. I was just doing random things, experiments. And I was frankly a little bit nervous to share my content with the world. I was mainly just sharing it for our church and in our small community. You could see we had 45 subscribers on this channel that we had. But eventually I got the courage to start my own channel off my first and last name, Sean Cannell. And I uploaded a video, and this was the first video. Here, check this out.
All right, so this is, I guess, the first Sean Thinks vlog, and I'm going to try to vlog every single day, mainly so I can remember what I'm even doing and what's going on, because I just feel like I have a lot that I'm thinking about, and I figured, hey, why not share it? And if you find something interesting, that's awesome. Now, this is definitely as real as it gets, so I'm not going to try to be energetic or entertaining. Though maybe sometimes I will. But anyways,
yeah. I mean, so that's the worst video on YouTube, probably. It's maybe one of the funnier videos on YouTube, but it's so bad. And I want to encourage you, if you feel a little nervous to get on camera, you feel like your first videos aren't going to be that good, you're right, but at least you're in good company, because like this is where we all start. Like it's like we all have to start, you know, before we're ready. We all have to start poop our pants scared. We all have to start like, what are people going to think? Well, no one's going to see it, and even if they do, it'll probably be embarrassing. But you have to post your bad videos before you get to good videos. And the reason I wanted to share this with you too is because we're getting into like tactical strategies, but when it comes to succeeding on YouTube, you do have to start before you're ready. You cannot steer a parked car. You're going to have better information and more information over this 5-day challenge, but you still are going to have to get uncomfortable and get out of your comfort zone. You're still going to not know every single thing exactly. Life is this learning and evolutionary process where we learn and grow. And if we stay static, that's when we stay stuck. It's about moving, right? And making forward progress. And we're never going to feel totally ready. We just got to start. There's never going to be a total absence of fear. We just have to punch fear in the face and tap into courage. So that's one of the first things that I learned. But the second thing was, not only did I start with that absolutely terrible video, but I made a commitment. And this is what we're committing to over the next 5 days. I made a commitment to learn new skills. This is like the secret of success in a 2023 world. In a world where there's new tools like AI, in a world where there's new opportunities like starting a business in the creator economy, we have to have a whole new level of commitment to learning new skills, not dabbling. I bought a book, read the first page, and now it's on my nightstand and I haven't opened it up again, but actually being people of completion, people of discipline, people of learning. And that's the point of this challenge, to take serious notes. Like we could just be sitting back right now. Like, I wonder if this guy's going to say anything good, man. I wonder if Sean's like, is he going to drop any bombs in this? Bro, you're going to get what you put in, but if you're putting in some like retreated energy, you might get compromised results. But there's something about leaning in. There's something about taking notes. There's something about having a pencil pouch. You want to know the secret to YouTube success? Pencil pouches. You got multiple different colors. I'm underlining. We're flagging pages. We're flagging books. We're taking notes. It's a whole new level of diligence and discipline to say, I got to learn new skills. This isn't just my opinion. Like, this is the new era. They say the only way to win in today's world is the people that win learn faster than everybody else. They're learning new skills, new competencies. And so I started to, after I posted that first video, and it absolutely was terrible, I was like, man, I got to learn some stuff. So I dove deep into the trenches to learn how to master everything about working online business, how to work from home. I posted lots of videos so I could learn from my mistakes in the videos, what worked, what didn't work. But I started to buy online courses and books, listen to podcasts. And I'm sure that's your same. I'm sure I'm in good company here. Obviously, you're watching this video or you're already a part of the challenge. This is what you're doing. But I just want to encourage you. This isn't just a January thing. This is a lifestyle. Lifelong leaders are lifelong learners. We're still learning. We're leveling up. And in the process, I discovered ASQ, answering specific questions. I discovered YouTube is a search engine. People are going to YouTube to look for specific things. And even though some people even critique this strategy, they say, well, it's much more powerful to get your video suggested in the algorithm by YouTube than it is to get found in search, which is true in terms of views. But when you do ASQ right, both will happen. You don't have to do one or the other. When you actually are answering specific questions properly, you can actually get the best of all that YouTube has to offer. And so I started to move from terrible videos about not being energetic or entertaining to a little bit more structured videos. And, you know, for me, I worked at Red Robin for 10 years. Red Robin, yum. You know, Royale with cheeseburger, Royale with the egg on there, mud pie. Anybody ever been to Red Robin before? So I invested all my money in the, I maxed out the employee stock purchase program. So I let my paycheck after working at Red Robin for 10 years. It was like my retirement plan. And I maxed out 15% of my paycheck, I think, in Red Robin stock. This has nothing to do with the training, but it's pretty funny. And so they would take the money, it would buy the stock at the lowest price during that quarter. Well, I've just ignored it since then. To this day, I've been invested in this single stock. Dave Ramsey'd be really upset. And at one point, I want to say I was at like 18 grand, like $24,000 or something. And so Sonia just told me, not only is the market down, but, you know, restaurants. And I mean, thank God Red Robin made it through the pandemic, whatever. Punchline, she's like, we have like $138 in that stock program now. So anyways, get diversified in your portfolios. But I worked at Red Robin for like 10 years. I was the busser. I was a waiter. I didn't actually have long hair like that. That was Halloween. So I was Wayne from Wayne's World for Halloween, but eventually as a server. And so on my way to work, I started to, I was shooting this video and I mounted my Droid X phone on the dashboard of my black Ford Taurus. And I was driving from Marysville, Washington to Everett, Washington to go to work. And so what I did was, remember now, this was 12 years ago. This is like 2010 or so. I had been doing videos since 2003. Sean, what am I going to answer specific questions about? Your experience. What have you been through? What have you learned? What have you studied? What have you, in what area are you a few steps ahead of other people? So I never went to film school, but I had tried to I had to solve problems for myself to do video at my local church. I made tons of mistakes. One of the things you can answer specific questions. You don't have to be the expert. You are a expert in your way of doing things. You figured out how to do something. You figured out how, and one of the things I had figured out how to do was start a YouTube channel for my church. I had figured out how to make videos. I had figured out how to edit them. I did it wrong for lots of years. When I first opened Adobe Premiere, it said PAL or NTSC, which if you're not a video editor, that's meaningless to you, just like it was meaningless to me at the time. And I didn't know which one to select when I started my project. I'm here in America, in the Seattle region. And I picked PAL because it sounded more friendly. This is a true story. I was like, it sounds like a pal, like a friend. And I have no idea what NTSC is. Might as well pick one. Well, that is the frame rates in America versus United States. So my first 100 videos for my church before they were all janky. Like everything was like, the frame rate was all janked up and wrong because I just didn't actually learn. I just picked something, which I learned by doing, making a mistake. And the videos looked horrible every Wednesday night at youth group. This is why getting wisdom is good, getting like some education, learning from others, subscribing to Think Media, being a part of our challenge. But it's also, that was so painful because once I had the unlock, I was like, I've been doing it wrong this whole time. I then had something I could help others go further, faster with. That's what I'm asking you to do as you're brainstorming what specific questions you could answer for your channel. So I had now gotten started in video production and video editing. So I had some thoughts and I shared them for 10 minutes and 36 seconds, posted on YouTube that was literally the shot composition. My face was in the lower right-hand corner, stretched out weird because the mounting system for my Droid X on the dashboard was so terrible. But I got 7,000 views because things started to shift when I started to answer specific questions. Got a little fancier, talked about how to build a video editing PC, things I learned there, got 11,000 views. Talked about how to record Skype interviews. Friends, I don't want to sound like that guy, like, oh, back in my day, but it's literally me now. Like, we used to not have Zoom. There used to not be StreamYard. All you whippersnappers with like StreamYard, you know how easy StreamYard is to use? Do you know how good we have it now with technology? I understand. I'm empathetic. You might say content creation is kind of hard. It's kind of overwhelming. But if I hear you complain about how hard content creation is in 2023, I'm about to come through that camera, grab your Sony ZV-1 and your SD card and tell you a story about how I used to capture my video on mini DV tapes, minute for minute through a FireWire cable. And we can have a talk about how hard content creation is in 2023. You wanted to record Skype interviews. It was like a 46-step process. I used a software called VOD Burner, and like it crashed every other site. By the way, though, I was also an early adopter. 22,000 views because no one knew how to recording any digital video podcasting. We didn't have the technology at the time. What was I doing though? I was answering specific questions out of my life experience, out of my knowledge. I started to do some experiments, like out of my hobbies and in other niches, because I wanted to see if what we ultimately teach inside of our Video Ranking Academy program that's now proven, if it would work, not just in tech or YouTube tips or video tips or cameras or lenses, but could it work in health? Could it work in other industries? And I personally am kind of a health geek. So I, again, answered specific questions like, what's the best green juice powder? 186,000 views answering specific questions. I launched a whole project with my friend Jeff called Think International, where we interviewed a lot of different church leaders and faith-based leaders. Channel grew to 10,000 subscribers, answering specific questions, where we would have different people share specific wisdom about a particular topic. This got 42,000 views. And so fast forward to today, that's why I'm on a mission to help people build their influence with YouTube. I've launched now multiple channels personally that have grown over 100,000 subscribers, have been featured in all kinds of different publications, CNBC, Vice, Forbes. It's been a wild journey, been able to speak on some of the biggest stages. And as a result of answering specific questions, I've been able to now work with different companies. In fact, what's wild was Canon was the first camera I ever used way back in 2003. Mini DV tapes, a Canon HV30 and an HV40. And fast forward to be working with Canon and to be able to do brand sponsorships with them is just like a dream come true. And I've been able to just connect with and interview and collaborate with some of the top content creator entrepreneurs in our world, whether that's a Chalene Johnson or a Gary Vaynerchuk or a Grant Cardone or a Lewis Howes. And if you haven't heard about our book, YouTube Secrets, the second edition is out now. I think it just crossed 100,000 copies sold. So it's super humbling. It's really weird. I think it's the best-selling YouTube strategy book in the world. Where did all this come from? Well, remember, there's 16 different tools that we have, but really foundationally, it was answer specific questions. And if you're wondering, like, where's the meat? Well, we're going to get into some tactics right now, but this is the tactic. I think what holds people back is they overthink this. They make they make videos about the wrong things. How to find the best specific questions and how to title them. All those nuances are important. So we'll get into that. But again, answering specific questions was the foundation to where Think is today. And now we're a team of creatives that are on a mission to help 10,000 purpose-driven people create a full-time living doing what they love while making a difference in the world with video. And I think what I'm most proud of, though, is our students. Many of our students started at 0 when they connected with us, and they've gotten that silver play button or even that gold play button. And they use all of our strategies, but one of the foundational ones is they answer specific questions, and they do it a particular way. A couple of channels, Larry just hit 100, who we mentioned earlier, 100,000. Jen actually just hit 100,000. That's a little slightly outdated screenshot. And in our private Facebook group, we get all these people submitting the results of that they're getting. It's been wild. So the question you may be wondering, though, is can I really get 1,000 subscribers using the ASQ method? And then how do you do it? Like, what are the specifics? Well, the ASQ method, here's the definition. The fastest way to create predictable growth on YouTube is to make clear and concise videos that answer specific questions. There's a couple keys here. The fastest way to create predictable growth. That's what I love about this strategy, is it's practical. Sometimes it may not even go as fast. Oh, I want to go viral. Hey, viral's cool, but I would rather bet on getting views for sure than maybe going viral, because there's something powerful about slow and steady wins. There's actually a proverb that says an inheritance gained too early in the beginning won't be blessed in the end. It just makes me think I'd rather just grow slow, grow steady, have a solid business, solid, views coming in, solid money coming in. That's what we're going to be talking about over the next 5 days. I'd rather just have like solid, consistent growth rather than 15 minutes of fame. And ASQ really is that, because it's the most predictable growth. And if you're making clear, concise, Sean, what do you mean by concise? I feel called out. Yeah, some of you are a little bit long-winded. Yeah, that's if your video is 22 minutes and it only should have been 6, that's too long. The reason you're losing the viewer's attention is because it wasn't exactly concise. But if you have a clear question that a specific group of subscribers want to answer, and you make a clear answer and it's concise, no one's judging the camera quality. If you make a promise in your video's title and deliver on that promise in the video, not only will you have satisfied the viewer, but you will have created goodwill and probably made a friend. Someone goes, I had a question. They answered it. So helpful. Let's hang out more. Just click subscribe. So what could this look like? Well, here's the video, where to start when reading the Bible. So people want to start reading the Bible? That's a question. How do I read the Bible? It's long, it's many pages. But answering specific questions, this video got 69,000 views. So can you get your first 1,000 subscribers with this? You're actually one video away from getting 1,000 subscribers. Here's Nolan from the Think Media team. Notice this. This is kind of wild. In a relatively crowded niche, I would argue, you might say, well, like, is there a niche that's not crowded? No, these days, every topic, there's channels in it. But I am friends with probably the majority of the other people who teach YouTube. And what's pretty wild is I stumbled over this in my research and in my process, and we're going to be covering more of those in the next few days, of like the process of finding golden video ideas. In 2023, it's an art form. Yes, there's tools and there's AI and there's vidIQ. We love all this kind of stuff, but you can't just rely on the technology. You have to really develop the intuition, and we're going to be helping you do that over the 5-day challenge. But really, through my research, I was like, hey, Nolan, this video is going to crush. And you would think that, only a year ago that this would be saturated or whatever. Well, 800,000 views later, while other people are out here like trying to get super fancy. And by the way, I'm not putting down crazy viral videos. Day 4, we're actually going to get into viral strategies. But I want to build solid first. And I want you to have a base of videos that are getting you views for weeks, months, and years to come. I want you to have a really sound strategy. You know, we're talking about having the right tools for building a house. What about having the right foundation? If you build up a YouTube channel that's just based on a viral trend, then it may be here today, but gone tomorrow. But if you position yourself right, this goes into being clear on your audience, having the right niche, all that kind of stuff. Friends, this video keeps getting views. It gets 81 views per hour. And it is an incredibly basic video. How to turn on comments on YouTube. And so what's happened? Here's the journey of the video. This one video grew Think Media 3,800 subscribers. One video. So imagine if you just got 10% of those results, you'd grow 380 subscribers from one video. So then imagine if you did that 4 times, you'd cross 1,000. We're doing the math. This is the Tube 1K challenge. How do I get to 1,000 subscribers? Do 4 really smart ASQ videos. Okay, and what if they all don't do well? Then do 10 of them. And the 3 that do well, boom, you're at 1,000 subscribers. And so this video single-handedly also grew $4,235. So we will talk about other ways besides ad revenue to make money, but you could qualify. I mean, in fact, do the watch time hours, maybe not 13,000 hours. So you do a couple of these, you get approved for the partner program, and then you could start earning money from the ad revenue. Now, here's Stacy Tuchel answering specific questions, how to get in front of your customers and make more sales. 15,000 views. Now, hang on. You might go, 15,000 views. She didn't get 1 million views, right? 15,000 is not like in a YouTube world, in a social world, it's not very many views. But I would challenge you, if you knew the inside of Stacy Tuchel's business, if you understood that she is a multiple 7-figure entrepreneur, to be more clear, since maybe we haven't used that term 7 figures before, that means multiple millions. She is a multi-millionaire with a multiple $million generating business per year. Here's the point. Business model. See, too many people are just judging on the surface of things. Okay, like, oh, some of her videos, her other videos, they only got 65 views. Yeah, because she is helping business owners and it's a different niche. But I would much rather have 65 views of the right people with a powerful business model than get 1 million views on a cat video compilation. No disrespect to the cat videos. I like those. But that only has a 50-cent CPM. And as the algorithm changes, maybe I can't keep that up. What are we building that's deeper than just getting the views? See, 15,000 is amazing. And I'm sure you respect the 15,000 views that she has here. But the punchline is when you're answering specific questions and you're connecting it to a specific business model, then your whole world can open up. But I want to take the ASQ strategy to another level. And so write this down. So we wrote down the ASQ method, but I've actually evolved the term, and I think this will be even more powerful for you in 2023. I like to call it now the ASSSQ method, and here's what it stands for. Answer stupid, simple, specific questions. What? Yeah, if you already thought this was all too simple, then I'm going with simpler. Because you can either be like, I don't like this training, I want the fancy stuff. This is the fancy stuff. But sometimes genius is found in simplicity. And so I've found that when you don't just answer specific questions, but honestly, when they feel stupid, that's why there's such an opportunity. Because 99% of the critics and the haters won't do it. They won't see the actual genius beneath it, and they'll move on looking for something fancier. Meanwhile, there's wisdom found in simplicity. So what do I mean? When you're answering stupid, simple, specific questions, these are the type of videos you wouldn't have thought to make on your own. And here's an example. I looked up a video. How to drill into your wall. It has 1.6 million views. So if you are hating on the ASQ method or the ASSSQ method, this person got 1.6 million views while you were out there being critical and uploading 0 videos. So what would happen actually if you tried this and you got really clear on a powerful niche, the right topic, you started to answer the right questions and you made simple videos, you put your best effort into it, but it wasn't really about the production value, it was about the content value. This video gets 30 views an hour, views per hour every hour, and it's how to drill into your, what are we talking? That's stupid. Such a stupid video. That's so simple and stupid and specific. But it got 1.6 million views. Friend, I think in 2023 that simplicity is the key to brilliance. Leonardo da Vinci said simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. And I want a simple strategy I can build on. We can get fancier and we will, but I'm hammering this point home because it works and I'm proving it over and over and over again. So I want to challenge you to maybe think outside of the box and answer some stupid, simple, specific questions. Here's Ben Felix. He just answered a question: renting versus buying, the 5% rule. It's just answering questions. It might seem simple. Here's where the genius is as you're taking notes. People already probably know that. No, maybe your peers know that, or maybe because you've been studying it or living it when it seems obvious to you, but it's not obvious to everybody. And maybe because when listening to the haters, because what'll happen is you'll get one comment from somebody who's like, this is so obvious, everybody knows that. Well, okay, Minecraft 63. First of all, your avatar is an M. You have 3 subscribers, and it's cool you have opinions about my videos, but with 1.6 million views that I just got, might be time to chill out, bro, and really think about answering some stupid, specific, simple questions. Last time I checked, I didn't ask your opinion. Here's the point. You're worried about Minecraft 63 when there's thousands and tens of thousands of other people that are humble and kind and just looking for simple answers to specific questions. There's always somebody new that's starting. There's always somebody that's searching for something in a particular moment. There's always somebody that is looking for you because they maybe don't feel as comfortable learning from somebody that's super young and like bleeding edge fashion like Gen Z. They want to learn from somebody that's more seasoned and older and has wisdom in their perception. People have different opinions. They want to connect with people who like look like them or maybe sound like them. So this is an opportunity because it's not even just answering the questions. It's the fact that you're doing it from your life experience, your upbringing. We answer questions differently because of the circumstances that are different. So there's room for all of us. There's something about leaning into answering specific, stupid questions. And a big mistake people make on YouTube is this is when I started, I was answering actually some specific questions, but I was all over the place in the types of videos I was making. I made a video all about video gear and equipment. This was on my Not Think Media, but the channel before it. And so this was a good video. Video equipment, gear, it could have been better, but like it's a pretty clear topic, talking about kind of the gear we were using at the time. But then here's the problem. I then also uploaded a video about a Bark Box review, which is a subscription box for my wife and our Chihuahuas. And I started to share all about, that. And cool. But Sean, is this a pet channel? Oh, no, I thought it was a tech channel. But then a few videos later, I uploaded a recipe for garlic green beans, quick and easy. Now, that's also a specific question. So here's the key. I'm not asking you to just randomly answer questions that are unrelated. You want to streamline the topic of your channel and who your channel's for. Because at this point, someone's like, I thought I subscribed for the equipment. Wait a minute. Are you going to give me more pet content? Now this is a cooking channel, but it gets worse. Then I uploaded my review of The Amazing Spider-Man and a vlog of horseback riding. So like, where even are we going? And if you can relate, type yes in the chat that maybe you feel you're a multi-passionate person. You've created content about all kinds of different things, or you want to, and you're having trouble focusing and niching down. I understand. The problem is that really confuses the algorithm and will hurt your YouTube channel growth. Some people overemphasize how niched you need to be. It's less about that, but it's more about having a focus and a clear channel. And I was all over the place. So one of the biggest mistakes people make is you want to be answering specific questions, but you really want to know who you're talking to, who your channel's for. And we're not just talking about looking for all these random opportunities. BarkBox review, that was good. Amazing Spider-Man review, also probably good, but not all on the same channel. There's no cohesion here. There's no focus. And this is why this channel ultimately stayed stuck. And so a huge key is you want to make focused videos. I was making the wrong videos, but once I got my niche clear, this is actually when I learned the secret from Dave Ramsey, Marie Forleo, and Gary Vaynerchuk. And I actually started to see that, okay, I'm answering specific questions. Wow, there's other people that are doing it too, but the key is they figured out their niche. So here's Dave Ramsey. If you've heard about him, let me know, type yes. But he's just a personal finance guy. And he's been on the radio, and now he's actually one of the biggest YouTubers. You probably wouldn't think of him as a YouTuber, but he gets maybe 20 million views a month with the other people on the team, the other content creators. And the one strategy, what is Dave's secret strategy? How did he grow his channel to, 2.7, 2.5 million views? What was the secret of his YouTube growth? He answered specific questions. In fact, that's like the only thing that they do on their channel is they answer specific questions. So if it's too simple for you, well, that's fine. But 20 million views a month, 2.5 million views on the channel, build 1,000 people working at his company, it seems like answering specific questions is working out pretty good for him. So I started to see, okay, the key is you understand who you're talking to, though. He's helping people get out of debt. It's a particular personal finance channel, a particular set of values, but look at his videos. I'm 29 years old with nearly $1 million in debt. That is a very specific situation, and he gives advice to that situation. The way he does it is he actually has a call-in show. So the questions are actually teed up for him. Like someone calls in, they ask a question, and he can answer it. Like, I'm $1 million in student debt. I'm $1 million in student loan debt. Very specific situation to speak to, or how to become a millionaire. And so he breaks these different things down. I noticed Gary Vaynerchuk. I was like, whoa, Gary V, like, what's he do on YouTube? Well, he does a lot of things. And over the 5 days, remember, this is one tool over multiple tools. But one of the key pillars of his content strategy is answering specific questions. He literally has a book called The Ask Gary V Show and a show called The Ask Gary V Show. But 2 days ago, how to charge more for your services. That's a specific question. Marie Forleo. Should I get my PhD in anthropology or chase a lifelong dream? This is a Q&A show, but in the last month, how to write a book and actually finish it. Is email marketing dead? She's answering specific questions for her core audience. So what is a specific question you could answer on your YouTube channel? Let me know in the comments, but more importantly, let me know journal this. This is where we brainstorm when we put the work in. What are some specific questions that are being asked by your ideal subscriber? We've got 2.6 million views from answering specific questions on Think Media. And here's what's powerful as we land the plane. 70% of viewers use YouTube to help them solve a problem. 70%. So 7 out of 10 YouTube users have a problem. They got a question, a problem to solve. They've got something that's keeping them up at night, a pain point. If you're making videos about that and helping them solve that problem and answer that question, even learn a very small thing, and it may appear stupid, it may appear obvious. I've just learned that when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Like when the problem arises in the person's life, the powerful thing about YouTube, and the world continues to be more conditioned for this, they go to YouTube and they ask a question. Sometimes they don't even know what question to ask. They just go to YouTube and they start to look at a particular topic and the YouTube homepage. YouTube recommendations start to feed them videos, and videos will come to you. I've expressed problems. I've dealt with some chronic pain challenges. And so as I've started to look for that kind of information, it's been shocking. YouTube has brought videos to me about wrist stretches and exercises, carpal tunnel stuff, repetitive stress injury. Because when the student is ready, I am ready to learn. I am ready to heal. I am ready to look for answers. I am ready. The teacher appears. This is how YouTube works. Like, for example, this is my wife, Sonia, and that's our newest 5-month-old, John Steven, and our 2.5-year-old, Sean Bradley. See, I used to not have any questions really about raising kids because I didn't have any kids, any parents in the house. But as soon as I had kids, now I got questions, like the student is ready. Teacher, help me, right? And so, especially in this situation, as you can see, it's hard work out here. You got a couple of young ones in the house. It's chaos. You're trying to figure things out. I need help. And so, one of our students, Nicole, this is Nicole Amber, she made a video called Tummy Time for Newborns. Not a question that I had until the student was ready. My life changed. Something shifted. One of the powerful insights is when you're thinking about answering specific questions, are you talking about this in a niche or in a topic that has enough people interested? Take, for example, parents. Parenting is pretty powerful because people keep having kids, man. People keep, the Netflix and chill has not stopped. The bing bong continues. And the stork keeps delivering the babies, and people got problems. And they need the teacher to show up for the student, right? And so she made a video called Tummy Time for Newborns. Friends, it got 6.5 million views. It's a specific question. I mean, and by the way, a lot of maybe moms that you have a bunch of kids, you go, oh, it's kind of stupid. Like, I mean, don't you know this? I mean, you read, like, hasn't everybody read like 3 parenting books and like is in a community of friends or has like a doula or something that train? No, not everybody knows this. We're living in a world where a lot of people are more disconnected. There's less community, or there's less education, or there's different ways of education. YouTube is the new opportunity to reach people, to help people all around the world, to, in a way, be a mentoring figure, to be a father and a mother figure to people, and to help them through situations. It may seem obvious to you, but yet 6.5 million people, and this video continues to get views because when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And I asked Nicole, how much money did you make from $2.7 million views on that video? She said $7,525. Well, it's double that now because the video has gone up, maybe triple that actually. It's at 6.5 now. I asked at 2.7. So basically, she's probably made $15,000, $16,000, $17,000 from one video. And you don't need to be approved for the YouTube Partner Program to start earning money. And over the next couple of days, we'll talk about this. This is a specific question. What's the best running jogger stroller? It's got 11,000 views. Again, if we're talking about, like, say, parents. And in the description, there's links to the different strollers as an affiliate that this channel is a part of. So you can actually start earning money from affiliate marketing. We'll talk about more of that in a future session, even if you don't get ad revenue like Nicole was getting. One of the things Mary's doing is she's also doing affiliate marketing, and she's earning money from not just ads, but affiliates for things like cooking, pans, mason jars, all this different stuff. And as a reminder, if you have not picked up our YouTube starter kit, inside of that, we actually have a guide called 51 Money Making Video Ideas, 51 different ways to make money from YouTube. And that's a PDF download. There's a lot of other cool stuff inside of here regarding thumbnails and all that different kind of stuff in regards to your channel. And so tubestarterkit.com if you want to pick that. It's actually on sale for the next week during our challenge, so you could get a cool discount on that. If you're serious about YouTube, there's some other really cool things inside of that guide. And so as we land the plane today, let's recap the session. So YouTube is healthy and growing. You can use the ASQ method to get 1,000 subscribers and beyond. You can earn money with YouTube ad revenue. And then here's our goal: is write down your goals and the reasons you want to succeed on YouTube. I've learned that reasons come first and results come second. And we opened up with that of why do you want to succeed? What I'm not saying is that it's not going to take work. This is going to take work, and it's going to take learning new skills, and it's going to take the hustle, and it's going to take putting in the effort. If you're saying, well, what other methods are there? Then I want to encourage you to be a part of the rest of this challenge, because commitment is the foundation of all great accomplishments. And I don't just mean commitment to your YouTube channel. I want to challenge you to commit to the challenge. because every single day, and in just a second inside of the group, we have a daily challenge. It's not just about the learnings, it's about the action. And so every day there's something to learn, and every day there's something to do. And there's still time to register. You could go to learnvideo2023.com and you could get into the free challenge, 7 total sessions. This is the first of the 7 sessions. And in the next session, we're going to talk about the RSP method, the best types of YouTube videos for earning $1,000 to $10,000 per month. We're going to talk about more ways to monetize your content, even if you're just starting out, and then some tips for creating videos and also building your confidence on camera. And so join us in the challenge. Hit like if you're watching this on Think Media. And if you want to check out another video from Think Media, click or tap the screen, specifically about some of the biggest tools that you should know about in regards to tools and updates and news from YouTube. My name is Sean Cannell, rhymes with YouTube channel, and I look forward to seeing you in a future video. And if you're here in the challenge group, then today we're going to get into our daily challenge. And so I'm going to bring Mel back on. And Mel, I'm fired up for today's challenge. What are we going to do?
Yes, Sean, thank you so much for all of that incredible info. We have